Unsigned with Matt Wherry.
Unsigned with Matt Wherry.
Hi everyone, welcome to the Unsigned podcast. My co-host this week is Lizzie Romain.
Hi again.
Hi again.
Hi again.
How you doing?
Yeah, all good.
Yeah?
Yeah, thanks for having me back.
Oh, it's an absolute pleasure. Do you know what? It was funny having you in here last time. You really threw me under the bus a couple of times.
Absolutely, that's what I'm here for.
It was so funny. Watching those TikTok videos back and stuff. It was, it was good. It was good energy.
Yeah, my friends saw it and they were like, oh, it's just classic Lizzie. You've basically unleashed straight away. And I was like, well, you've got to be yourself, haven't you?
100%. That's what it's all about.
Yeah, exactly. It brings up it relaxes people. Yeah. I tell you that's what it does.
Yeah. We're taking the piss out of each other.
Yeah,
definitely.
But you're definitely going to throw me under the bus
no,
this week.
I'm really
not.
I'm really not.
You're waiting to get me back.
No, not at all. I'll take it. I'll take it and then get you back when you least expect it. No, it was lovely to have you and lovely to have you back. And it was, Ocean Floor was fantastic when they were in. And obviously you had a bit of a history with them as well. So it was a nice sort of one to first start off with, wasn't it?
A bit of a history.
I don't mean it like that. Don't start rumours.
No, they're lovely guys. Yeah,
they are
really
lovely
good.
Guys.
Yeah.
They are. And they've... You're going to their event, and I'm not.
I am going to their event. I can't remember when it is, but I think it's in June at some point.
It's not.
You must know because you're away.
Know. Yeah, it's like the 15th. 15th, 16th that weekend.
That's the one.
So they've got that coming up. Anyway, right. So we have got a new producer in with us today. We've got producer Ian. Ian. Manish is not well, so we've got producer Ian in. So get well soon, Manish.
Get well soon, Manish.
So how have your last couple of weeks been then? It's been a couple of weeks since we've seen each other.
Yeah, what have I done? I've had a couple of radio shows. They've gone out. I've got one coming up. Oh, I can never remember I think it's coming out this week.
Yeah.
Queen's Jubilee edition. So that's a lot of pop music and things, which is pretty cool. Mm-hmm. Went to a podcast event in London.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah.
I wish I could get down, but
It would have been really good for you, actually. Yeah, because it's just, if nothing else, the talks are great and everything, and it talks about, how to pitch your podcast and all of that vibe. So you can go around, you can speak to Global, you can speak to Audio UK and various different places, but also it's just the networking.
Yeah, of course.
Especially if you go on your own, you can really get chatting to some interesting people and definitely recommend for the next one. It was North London somewhere.
Oh, okay.
Business Design Centre or something.
Right.
Something like that. But yeah, it's
cool.
good.
Yeah, no, there's another event you pitched to me. You texted me about earlier as well, didn't you?
Radio Academy event, I think. Okay. Yeah.
I hope to get some of them events at some point, but it's difficult, balance again, isn't it? Don't want to go on about it too much, but it is about trying to find time to do everything.
And that was quite spenny as well. It's over £100 for a ticket. But again,
pay for what you get for it, though. I suppose.
Yeah, I think they feed you and I think they give you drinks as well. So
better than this podcast, eh?
Yeah. Yeah, I bought you a coffee this morning.
I know you did. Bless you.
Ah, so nice, isn't it?
You are. Yeah, you can come back. No, it was. It's one of those things, isn't it? I want to get to those sort of events, but at the moment, it's like we are building and we are growing and there are people watching. So thank you very much for watching and listening as well. So it is, we're slowly building, but the guests we've got coming on later, I think they're going to be very interesting fellas. We've got Good Health, Good Wealth coming on a little bit later on, which they were part of our Southend gig on the 19th of May. That's currently in post-production from a video perspective and audio perspective. So we will be getting those tracks on the show at some point in the future. And also we're going to put them on our Patreon as well. What the plan for that is, because so, you go to a standard event and then it's not really ever video too much apart from a phone, is it? And the audio is barely ever recorded. So I wanted to try and on our Patreon, which you can find at Unsigned Music UK, or go to patreon.com/Unsigned Music UK. And on there, it's our subscription service. And we're going to put the entire gig on there. So we're literally going to have all the way through. We'll also have some of the tracks separated and we can use those for, online, your track use for radio and whatever. But I want to have the whole gig on there.
That'd be really cool. It'll have all of the ambience, all of the natural bits.
Yeah.
It won't be cut and, made to look like perfection. It'll just be the raw footage.
Yeah.
So anyone that is really a fan, they'll be able to watch all of it.
Yeah.
Completely in its entity. The cool thing about Entity, I should have brought it along. Maybe I'll bring it along next time for you. I've got a Patreon mug.
Really?
Yeah, it was from the podcast show because Patreon were there. So I actually got chatting to a rep for a little while, and because I got chatting to them and I was probably chatting to them for 10 minutes or something, they were like, here you go, have a free coffee mug.
Love that.
I'm not on Patreon, so maybe I'll bring it along. You can have it.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
Put it right
you can
there,
have
right
it
in the middle.
Right in the middle there.
You can bring my coffee in it.
Yeah, there you go. So I don't give you anything.
No, thank you very much. Right, so what have we been up to this week? We had the radio show last week. I had my birthdays just come and gone.
Happy birthday.
Another year gone.
How old are you?
35 now.
Ah, there you go.
A weathered
Very
35.
good. Did you have 35 candles in your cake?
No, what did I have in my cake? Can't remember. It was
What cake was it?
a chocolate
Can't
cake.
remember.
No,
chocolate.
He remembers that bit. It was a chocolate cake. But yeah, no, I think I had a 3 and a 5 in it. I think 35 candles is taking the mick in it. It'd be a fire hazard.
No, I think it's good.
Oh,
Powering off.
well, one camera go down.
Ah, that was a nice camera as
So
well.
I'll charge it. Yeah. So yeah, no, that was like obviously quite nice. I've got a holiday coming up as well, so we're looking forward to that. But yeah, from a show perspective, we've had who have we had as Artist of the Week? We've got Better Luck with Midnight. They're our Artist of the Week. If you want to go and listen to that, go to our website. There's a link on there for our Artist of the Week. So yeah, it's been busy. As always, it's been busy.
Busy as always.
Busy as always. And this week, obviously, yeah, trying to get here and covering. Manish's job is hard. Do you know what? Like I've got a newfound respect for him trying to set everything up and me just standing over him as other people were doing today.
Sat drinking coffees. I was literally like, I hope you're enjoying this. I'll just sit here and be your stand-in for camera angles.
You moaned at me because your coffee was going cold. I'm not trying to set up.
It was going cold, you know. Well, it's a pretty boring job as well, isn't it? You know, setting up the cameras. It's just a bit mind numbing, isn't it? It's the same thing.
Well, someone's got to do it, Lizzie.
Well, true. Better not me.
Yeah, I know. No, it was all right. I mean, it's one of those things. Like, I used to do like in a past life. I used to do like photography and filming and editing and all that sort of stuff. And sort of coming back to doing this, obviously the editing I'm sort of doing myself for the podcast at the moment. So it's like it's sort of not reliving my youth. That's not the right term at all. But going back to it, it feels like a past life because I haven't done filming and editing for years. You do a lot of editing as well, right?
Yeah, I do a lot of editing. I've actually got a few paid editing things that I've been doing this week now. So I'm actually going to add it to my website as a skill.
Service.
Yeah, as a service because, I mean, you can get cash in doing it now.
Yeah.
And it's weird sort of being a presenter, producer and editor because when you can kind of do all three, I don't know about you, but I always kind of think to myself, what do I want to do more? Do I want to present? Do I want to produce? Or do I want to edit? And actually, I think it's okay being able to do all three. But I mean, I just got a job offer this week. I can't say where, but I've just got a producer job this week. And I've been offered the role. And in my head, I'm a bit like, do I take the producer job, which obviously has an inflow of money which is stable, or the presenting gig, which, you know, obviously money comes and money goes and it might be a bigger payout when it comes, but it's not a guaranteed gig necessarily. No. Do you know what I mean? And then the editing sort of comes in bits and bobs, like whenever.
Where's your heart?
What's that?
Where's your heart?
Probably presenting, I would say, but I also really enjoy doing the producing side. So it's kind of hard. I think, you know, in terms of like the levels, it'd probably be like 55, 45%.
Right, okay.
I
thought it'd be swayed more presenter way.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah, more.
Probably like 55% presenter, 45% producer.
Yeah. No, I think where I'd done editing in the past, it was more, it wasn't, there was a bit of offline stuff, but mainly it was like, you know, editing commercials, and it wasn't really, I didn't find there was much soul to it. Do you know what I mean? It was more a case of a cog in the machine of these certain commercials that I used to edit. And it weren't really my bag. And I'd done, my own photography stuff, my own filming stuff. I had a film, I created like a montage, I guess, for Visit Essex like years ago, which I enjoyed doing at the time. It was a lot of hard work. Excuse me, a lot of hard work. But I think I prefer this. I prefer doing this. I prefer doing the radio show, the podcast and all that. I prefer being sort of in front of the camera rather than behind it these days.
That's it.
Do you know what I mean? And it's probably a little bit narcissistic, but I do.
Presenters, we're all narcissistic.
Yeah, basically. But there is an element of that, isn't it? We're all a bit show-offy and stuff, I suppose. But it's one of those things that I think after 35 years of searching, I quite enjoy this. I think I found what I really sort of enjoy doing and developing the brand of Unsigned and sort of looking at new avenues where we can potentially go as well. It's really exciting thing to be doing.
And especially, I guess, probably what we're doing especially, which is helping artists, you know, get their music out there, getting their stories heard and things. Because both of our dads are musicians, aren't they? Yeah. So I guess we sort of understand their plight, don't we?
He's nodding.
He's nodding.
If you haven't got the reference, producer Ian's also my dad, who's also mixing the audio tracks from Southend and Chelmsford. So yeah, we're looking forward to hearing all of that. We actually mentioned you last week on the podcast saying you're handy. Did you hear that? I must. Yes, of course.
I'm going to shout at my dad as well, because if he wasn't down in Devon, then he would be handy as well.
Yeah.
It's just, come on, Dad, like, come up to London and help us out here.
The thing is, you get people around you that can, that are part of it. And like, I mean, like my daddy in massive help, and like with Manish, massive help. And it's like you get good people around you, and it makes all the difference. Like the thing is that I found doing this, it's really interesting meeting these artists as well. So it's really interesting meeting them on a human level. I don't want it to be like a typical radio interview where it's like, do you know what I mean? I try not to. There's obviously going to be some questions in here, which is, so how did you get started? And what is your writing process and stuff like that? Obviously, they're points that we really want to touch on because they're interesting points. But I don't want it to be like we were talking earlier about, like when we were off pods, saying about your typical interviews where you're just waiting for the answer. Next thing said. Waiting for the answer. I don't want it to be like that. I want it to be as natural as possible. And I think that's what I've really sort of, with the artists that we've had in so far, I really feel like we've hit that note.
But you get the best out of your guests then, because then they relax, and then they're more likely to talk like, you'd catch them if you were at a gig and you were just like at the bar and they happen to be next to you and you grab a pint with them or whatever.
Yeah.
That's kind of the vibe that you get. Whereas if you're sat there interrogating them, that's never going to put anyone at ease. And some people are better at interviews than others, right?
Yeah.
But you're never going to get the best from your artists if you're like that, I don't think.
How do you find it with your show? Because they send you certain bits, don't they?
Yeah, well, it's a bit different, isn't it? Because I guess they're recording in their own house and they're talking in front of a mic, which they might not do all the time anyway. So, some people come across more natural than others, I guess. Or some people might have had a bit more practice than others. I mean, I think interviews are the best thing, like actually having the people in front of you, because then you can vibe off of them. Like you can see, you can actually see them in the flesh.
Yeah.
It's a bit different. So it's probably more... what's the word? It's probably more not synthetic, but you get what I mean. It's not as natural having artists send me in bits, but it's the best I can do for the show at the moment.
I think I found that certainly when I was doing my sort of weekend show on like some other stations and stuff. The only way that I was able to interview people, especially during the time of COVID and everything else, was Zoom. I can't stand Zoom anymore.
Oh no! And then the internet goes down, and then it cuts off like some audio, and I just was just like, I'm not doing this.
No, I don't.
It's just too much heartache. You put all your time into it, and then you end up with this shitty bit of audio that you can't even use at the end of it.
I've tried. I've done it, and if if that's the only way we can interview certain people, say for example, people are miles away and all that, of course we'll do it. But I would much rather, like you say, have people here in the flesh that you can actually talk to, vibe from, and also get to know them a little bit better because, there's always a delay on Zoom.
It's just the worst.
It is a real pain.
I think I did one Zoom interview. After that, I was like, nah.
I've seen people do like Zoom gigs and stuff like that during lockdown. Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen live stream.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There were some venues that were doing live streams. I know that there was one in Chelmsford that was doing live streams throughout lockdown. I'm not sure how successful they were, but they made the most out of the situation they possibly could, with the best equipment they possibly had. So it was about trying to adapt to those times. But I'm glad it's back. I'm glad things are back.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, I'm going to a gig after this, aren't I?
Yeah, you are. Yeah, sorry I can't be a part of that. Don't throw me under that bus.
I'm going to throw you under.
No, you're not. You're not. No, it's great having live music back. And I think that I'm seeing, like, as you are as well, you see the other side of it from what we do and arranging events and stuff as well. It's something that I'm really enjoying doing. So in the pipeline, I'd like to have another one, but it's just trying to find the right place for it because at the moment, there's so many events. There's so many festivals. Every artist at the moment is really trying to get to everything they possibly can to promote music they're probably writing during lockdown and whatnot. I think trying to find the right moment in time for a gig at the moment so it draws the fans in is the hardest bit about it. It's the timing.
There's just so many gigs going on as well. You sort of almost have to be a bit selective in what you in what you go to. So I don't know about you. I'm sure you probably get invited to a lot as well, and it is hard.
It is
to
really
go
difficult.
to all of them.
It is really difficult. I think I'd love to be able to get to all of them. You know what it's like, but where they are geographically, sometimes it's difficult with family and everything else. It is hard as well. But yeah, you can't get to everything. Like famously, I can't get to the Ocean Floors gig, and obviously, Good Health, Good Welfare. They've got a gig coming up, haven't they? We'll talk about that with them later on in the show. But they've got a gig coming up this weekend where I can't go to because I'm going away. So yeah, there's loads of stuff out there, but it's just so nice that the bands are getting involved with this and with your show as well, and actually inviting us to those sort of things because you don't get to see a lot of that.
But that's the great thing about doing this as well, because we're both in the industry. We're both not consigned. It's not even a word, is it? Restrained by a certain genre.
Yeah.
So it's good because it actually means that you're telling me, okay, this artist is coming on the show this week, Good Health, Good Wealth. And I'm like, oh, I haven't heard of them. That's great. And I start listening to their tracks and I'm like, this is amazing. Like, I love all of these tracks. And then they've got a new one coming out. So I'm like, great. That's another artist that I can now get on my show.
Yeah.
So it's almost like it's kind of working both ways, isn't it?
Oh, 100%. Yeah, you've already helped me so much. Like, bearing in mind, we only met a few weeks ago and obviously we've done the pod together. Like, you know, completely offline and stuff, but you've been helping me get involved with certain things, and it's been great, and I really appreciate all that help. So it's nice that, you know, we're all in it together, and I've said that I could bang on about it a little bit on this, but it's all about helping each other. And I think that with the bands, with the artists, with us, with other co-hosts that I've got, it's all it's going the right way. I feel like it's a good vibe around Unsigned.
It's good vibes. Good vibes, good times.
Hopefully, yeah. So what else are we going to say? Last week we had Downtown City Gardens. We had AB Violet in, and AB Violet featured at our event at 21 in Southend, and our guests later in the show, Good Health, Good Wealth, who were also at that event. So really, really looking forward to getting them in the studio. They are. I'm looking forward to seeing what you think about them, because they're really top guys, and I think that watching. Go on.
No, I was going to say they're just so trendy.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, but I think it's effortless for them.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Oh yeah, I think you can definitely tell if it's just like internal, like, and it just comes out rather than I have to look a certain way because I'm trying to be, you know, this artist that has to be creative and flowy and, you know, whatever else. Yeah, it's different. I think you can tell, but it's definitely very natural.
Very natural. When they turned up at the gig at Southend, they turned up in, I think it's Bruce's, like Mini Cooper, got their gear out. I went to go and help them thinking they'd have loads of equipment. And it was literally they just walked out, they had a couple of bits. And I was like, is that it? They were like, yeah. I was like, oh, all right, fair enough. Come in, they were just chatting with everyone. Like, I think they were chatting to Abby quite a lot, AB Violet. They were chatting to her quite a lot, probably giving her some advice. And the Under One Sun lads loved them because they met at a different festival years back, a few weeks back, years ago. Jesus, how long have we been doing this? So no, it was a really, really nice vibe. But yeah, they were like, you could tell that they're such an accomplished. It comes across like they're such an accomplished. I can't talk. Accomplished.
I'm so glad you've tripped up on a word as well today. Now it's like 1-1. I made up a word. You can speak a word.
They seem like such a together act, and you can see like Bruce was such a showman on the night. Like he was literally working the space as much as he could, and like Sai is so cool. Like Simon, these guitars, he has like the decks there. He's got his laptop and stuff, and their setup was really. I wouldn't say it's simple because I don't want to take anything away from it, but their setup looked like there wasn't a lot to it, but they made everything sound amazing.
That's the thing, you know, you don't have to have loads of equipment to sound amazing. I remember back along, I think we did talk about this last time, I did like an expert show where I interviewed about 6-way experts, and one of the experts said, you just know when someone has star factor. Like if you're watching them on the show, like, you know, on a stage or whatever, he was like, I can just tell nowadays. Like I can literally just go to a show and just be like, you've got it. It sounds like to me what you're saying is, you know, these guys have got it.
Oh, definitely. I really, really think so. I mean, hopefully we'll get to one of their events soon. I think that, like I said, they've got quite a lot coming up. So it'd be good to try and get to some of those events soon as well. But I think you get that when you're on the show as well, though, right? So when you're doing your show, there are some artists that you just think, bloody hell, like this is incredible. So you get some that are like, you get an eclectic mix with what we do because you say we haven't got a genre as such. So you do get pop, rock, everything in between. So it is interesting. But yeah, you do obviously get some artists sometimes you think, bloody hell, they're like just incredible. And
especially when you've got the great track, which is amazing, then you look at their artwork or their Instagram feed, which is basically like, I guess, their sort of frontal catalogue. Yeah. You know, you look at everything, you're like, you've got a great promo picture, tick, great track, tick. You know, it's almost like ticking all the boxes and all the departments. And then I get really excited and I'm like, wow, like these guys just already look amazing. Yeah. It is hard for them though, isn't it?
Yeah, it's hard
to have all of that, you know.
It's difficult even to know for us, isn't it? It's difficult to know exactly how to play it for our stuff because it's like, obviously I can't talk from an artist perspective, but from an unsigned perspective, like trying to manage everything, and that's the output of the shows, the output of the podcast, there's the social side of it. There's so much work that goes into it. And then if you're like, you know, putting writing music on top of that for the artists and stuff, you have to become your own brand. It isn't just about the music these days.
Presenter, producer, editor.
Yes. Rigger.
And music. and rigger. And roadie.
Yeah, exactly. Driver. But yeah, no, it is. But like you mentioned the other week, the reason we do it is because we love it and we love doing this and meeting all these new people and developing the podcast, developing the show. If you're an unsigned band or artist and you want to get your music on Unsigned, go to our website, unsignedmusic.uk. Plug yours because I need a drink.
Yeah. Don't mind him. He's just coughing in the background. It's all good. So if you want to send music to me as well, then my website is lizzieromain.co.uk and it's got all my socials on there. I'm on Instagram at Lizzie Romain. I'm on Twitter, Lizzie_Romain. And yeah, loads of other ones. Go check it out.
Oh, what I was going to say, right? Everyone who is submitting music to us, thank you so much. However, please don't do it via DMs.
What's that? Is that a bugbear of yours?
Oh my God! Right,
Okay.
I don't mean to be. I'm not trying to be rude at all. But the amount of DMs that I get, right, I get like people go, oh, check this out. I can't check all of them. So the best way to get music to me is to go to unsignedmusic.uk. Go to submit your music on there, and it will go through the right channels. It will go in my little geeky spreadsheet, and I'll look at it and I'll listen to it. But yeah, I can't. The thing is for me, because the tracks come through as MP3s. That's the best way for me to listen to them. Going to a link is very difficult for me. You do that though, don't you?
Everyone's different, aren't they, at the end of the day? Oh dear, he's got a cough this week, guys.
I didn't have.
Stay away from him. No. What was I going to say? Yeah, so I usually go through Spotify, actually, to be fair. I mean, people will email me the tracks and that's okay. I can download them, but I'm downloading them onto my phone and then saving them in a folder. It's actually better if you just send it on Spotify,
so
to me anyway. Because then I just put them all into a big long review list.
Oh, right.
And then I'll just go through and listen to them.
Right, okay.
But everyone's different, aren't they?
Yeah.
Everyone's sort of got their own little way of, kind of managing the tracks and making sure that people aren't missed and stuff.
Yeah, I don't mean to be a diva about it.
No.
I'm so thankful for everyone who gets involved with us on Instagram, on the show, on websites and everything. But just the best way to submit your music is via the website. If you message me and go, how's the best way to do it? I'll just lead you to the website every single time.
There's one bugbear though. So, when an artist just starts following you, because I'm sure you're the same, you get a lot of musicians and artists that follow you on Instagram, and then they haven't said anything to you before ever, and then they just send you a post. Have you ever had that before?
I've had a few posts sent.
But they don't even say hi, like how are you or anything else. It's just like they just send a post.
I think with that, it's very it's
probably they've got limited time as well.
They've got limited time. They're trying to get their music out there in the best way possible. It is very difficult to personalise absolutely everything.
Yeah.
And I've been guilty of it. When I said I was doing the podcast, every email address I had from an artist, I emailed them all the same message. Hi guys, just to let you know, podcast is coming soon. We're going to be filming it here. If you're up for it, let us know and I'll book you in. So if you're an unsigned band or artist, best way to do it, our website, unsignedmusic.uk, and obviously I'll share that with Lizzie as well, so go on her show. We've got some exclusive content coming to Patreon soon, so go to patreon.com/unsignedmusicuk. We've got some big news coming as well, which if you're on Patreon, you'll be the first to know about it, so make sure you sign up to that. £1 a month. Do you know what I mean? What can you get for £1 a month these days? Do you know what I mean? Go and sign up.
Not even
be a part
coffee.
of it. Not even a coffee. That gets left too long and goes cold.
And then it goes cold.
And then you get told off for it by your co-host. Right, what we're going to do now, we're going to wrap our section up and we are going to be joined by Good Health, Good Wealth, Simon and Bruce. They'll be in very shortly and we will see you then.
Unsigned with Matt Wherry.
Unsigned with Matt Wherry.
Hi guys, welcome to the Unsigned podcast. One of our partners is MATES, which is mental health awareness through educational speaking. I'm lucky enough to be an ambassador for MATES. If you want to go to their website, if you want any support or any information about what they do, it's weareyourmates.com. They're a peer-to-peer support group and they're based in Chelmsford in Essex. They do walks and talks, but they've got a Facebook group as well. So that is a shout out for MATES, weareyourmates.com for more information.
Unsigned with Matt Wherry.
Unsigned with Matt Wherry.
Hi everyone, welcome to the Unsigned podcast. This week my guest, or our guest, is Good Health, Good Wealth.
Hey! Hello,
how are you?
Yeah, good, thank you, mate. How are you?
I'm alright. Yeah, I'm good. I'm so happy you guys have come in. We only met for the first time about a week ago, wasn't it? 2 weeks
I'm
ago.
happy it's local.
Yeah, local for you.
Yeah.
It's local for you. The gig was local to your family though, wasn't it?
It was. But unfortunately it meant we had to drive down. But it was nice to get down to Seafront again.
Yeah.
And it was a nice day, wasn't it?
Where was it?
Southend.
Southend. Where was my invite?
You were in Devon.
You were in Devon. Yeah.
Oh, great.
Yeah, no, it was. We had our event at 21, and we had AB Violet, who was co-hosting last week. We had Good Health, Good Wealth, and we had Under One Sun.
Lovely peoples.
Yeah, really nice. It was a really nice crowd. Me and Abby were chatting about it last week. It was really nice to have. It was a real family for me. Most of the people there were your family anyway, weren't they?
Yeah, I think so.
You brought like a proper entourage of people down.
Yeah, because it's obviously like you getting on that C2C train.
Yeah.
You're 30 quid down getting to Liverpool Street or whatever, aren't you?
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
So get a local one and then everyone's like, I'll come.
Obviously, we don't do many gigs like your way, so when we do one, they're obviously going to come, aren't they?
Yeah, it's a nice little event.
It was nice to meet your mum because she messaged me a few times beforehand.
Yeah.
And she sent me a message on Instagram saying, "Oh, look where we are," and it was like they spent the day down at 21 checking it all out.
Yeah, I think they might have had a few pints down there.
I think we should always invite in, like the band's parents.
Yeah,
I think, it really helps you to get to know the artists, you know, like your dad's over there today, isn't he?
It's true, yeah.
Hello, Ian. Welcome,
Hello,
Ian. Producer Ian, we're calling him.
Ian.
He's also the one who's mixing the tracks from the gig. So we had 2 events over the past month. We had one in Chelmsford, we had one in Southend. You two very well know that. And my dad Ian is mixing all the tracks, and hopefully they'll be ready within the next couple of weeks, and we can get them back to you guys. And
It's exciting.
He's exciting. Looking forward to seeing the video as well, because I think it was Percy Productions done the video on both of those, so that'd be really cool to
There's
see.
some good pictures from that gig, actually.
Yeah.
Really good.
Be on the rainbow
venue.
lens.
Yeah, the venue is nice. Like it's a good venue for like visually, it's really good. Yeah.
Some of the photos of you guys were amazing. Like obviously, she done such a good job as well. I think when they changed the lighting halfway through, I think.
Yeah, that made such a big difference, man.
How was it performing there? I mean, obviously you guys are performing loads at the moment. You've got loads of gigs like booked in, I've seen. But how was it performing it? Because it was quite an intimate venue. How was it for you guys?
It was nice. It was different, isn't it?
It was good,
obviously
man.
It was a bit city down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rather than dancey.
I wanted it dancey.
It's hard to do when you've got it's basically like a cafe, isn't it?
Yeah.
So everyone's sitting there.
It's an arts centre
Arts
/
centre
cafe.
yeah. So if people are sitting there watching, and then you've got the dance floor sort of right in front of you, you sort of need them to get up, because otherwise everyone standing there is in the way, and then you can't see it. And it's just one of them, isn't it?
It's very difficult because we tried setting the tables back so that people would be enticed to come to the front. Like, so when Abby was doing her set, everyone was quite far away from her, but you made the most of the space because you were like going for a walk around in front.
You've got to have a wander. If you've got all this space, you've got to have a wander.
It was really good. Right, so let's get into it. So basically, the first time we spoke was when you wanted us to post one of your events with the Twang, I think it was, in March. So that was the first sort of correspondence that we had. So that was back in March, and we spoke a bit, obviously, since then, done the event. But I don't know a great deal about you guys, and that's how you came into our lives. When did you guys get started? Because you guys have been mates for quite a long time, haven't you?
We were trying to work this out the other day. I think it's 8 years, which isn't long, but it is long.
It's the year I finished uni, and I was living in West London then. That's the year we met, when I lived in Fulham.
Oh, yeah.
How did you meet?
We met through a mutual friend.
Was it Tinder?
Yeah.
Tinder wasn't even around then, was it?
I don't know if I've ever been on it.
I don't, yeah.
I think what it was is it was Henry, our friend Henry. Basically, I rang him. I remember really specifically. I was in Benidorm, and I rang Henry.
Classic place.
Classic holiday destination.
Yeah.
It was on the sunbed, and I rang Henry, and I was like, "Oh, hey, bro." I'd only really met him quite recently before that as well, as like a sort of music-y pal, and I knew he drummed, and I was like, making music myself a bit at a time, and I was like, I'd quite like to start a band. So I rang him up. I was like, Henry, maybe we should start a band, like a bit sort of Chili Peppers-y, a bit like The Clash, I don't know. And he was like, yeah, I know this geezer who looks a bit like Mick Jagger. And he plays the guitar. And I was like, sick, let's get him in. So then we met. A few weeks later, after Benidorm, had a tan.
Important part of the story.
Very, very important. Lovely colour. And we met in Wetherspoons in Tottenham Court Road, wasn't it? Montague Pike.
Yeah.
Classic venue.
Absolute classic venue. But
What
it used to
drinks
be
did you order?
What do we have? Definitely a few pints. I'm a Carling or Foster's, easy.
I don't think he was drinking then. You wasn't a big drinker when I met you, I remember.
Uh-oh, what happened?
I don't know.
Well, you said back then, so...
I only drink smart water now when it's bought for me.
So 8 years ago then?
8 years ago, met in Wetherspoons. And then we basically, long story short, because I had to talk about it for years, we started this band, punk band, did that for a few years. We were called Roscoe. We had one tune that was quite good called The Boys, which is filmed in Southend, actually.
Oh, really?
And then basically lockdown happened and that really made us change. Like we'd already sort of started thinking about the Good Health, Good Wealth thing.
It was already changing because we were already with Rich, like doing like different bits, and even with like within the setting of like the band, the drums, the bass, guitar, vocals, whatever, we were already like, oh, shall we bring in like a laptop and do like some, throw some bits on like a backing track and see how that works. So it's already kind of shifting a little bit. But then when lockdown happened, I feel like, I don't know, me and Bruce just kept making music like on our own and just sending each other tracks.
Yeah.
And we're like, oh, this is sick. Like, this is really good. Why don't we just like do this now? Do you know what I mean?
So how many of you were in the original band then?
It was 4 of us.
Oh, right, okay. And then you two developed by yourselves into Good Health, Good Wealth?
Yeah. It's changed quite drastically in what we do now. It's just a lot more sort of sampley. But it's like kind of a hip-hop show with a guitar, really.
Yeah.
But your tracks are quite varied as well. Like even the last track, is it called The Weekend?
Yeah.
So it's got quite a lot of rap elements in it, and obviously there is in your other tracks as well. But is that like a new thing that's sort of come in? Because if you were sort of Red Hot Chili Peppers before, is that kind of like
it was
a new...
always the hip hop is always so important, I think, and it was always there from the start, really.
Yeah, we've always had that element
for sure
throughout any track, really. Because I'm also not a very good singer.
No, I'm not sure about that. You do some singing on South End.
I can go when I want to go. Can. Like I've realised you can't, like, when people sing and they like have like belt, right? In the
you can do falsetto good.
I can go really high.
You can do falsetto good.
Yeah, that's it.
That middle ground.
That's a good mix. That's a good mix.
Yeah, that's all you need.
That's all you need, yeah.
And you're the lyricist as well, right? So you write everything.
I write a lot of it. Simon does write as well, and then we're probably like 80-20 lyrics, 80-20 music kind of thing, like opposite way round. So it's pretty equal, really.
Because with The Weekend, like, I don't know about you, but I totally relate to that track, just having all these, random shifts and things and commitments going on in the week, but actually you just want it to get to the weekend because you've got your friends that are doing the 9-to-5 office job and you're just like, I want my mates, like it's a random Tuesday and I've got time off, but actually I just want them to come out and have a beer with me down Wetherspoons, you know?
Exactly that. I wrote it like on a random walk. It was like a Tuesday morning or something. I dropped my missus off at the time and I just wrote it walking along Caledonian Road home. And it just was one of them that spills out of you.
It's very relatable, isn't it?
Well, I'm doing my 9-to-5 and this, and it's like trying to balance everything. It's fucking hard work.
It is,
It is hard work, but So what is it? So you guys are doing music pretty much full time, yeah?
As much as we can.
As much as you can.
Yeah, as much as we can. I mean, it's a tricky one because obviously you have to pay your rent somehow.
Yeah.
and as of like at the moment, music's not really exactly doing that. But so you have to juggle a few things. But I mean, as much as we can, we spend most of our time doing music, or at least trying to. Yeah.
Well, you guys you got a lot of events coming up, haven't you? You've got quite a few that have booked in, or I've seen like be excited for the announcements that are coming up.
Yeah, we're trying to get everything out at the moment. It's like we've got July 5th. June 5th.
You have to look at your calendar, man.
I think I've got it here actually. Camden Rock Fest.
Camden Rocks is June 5th. We're headlining that at the Fiddler's Elbow. Yeah. Then we've got the Mint Support on the 28th, and then we've got Truck Fest the month after. I think the 23rd. We've got Love Summer in August. It's August 6th. That's down your way. That's Devon.
Oh, good.
I think it's Plymouth.
Oh yeah, Plymouth. Yeah.
Never been.
About an hour away from Exeter, but
it's nowhere near. It's like London.
Yeah, but no, but everywhere's an hour away in Devon.
Yeah,
it's
right.
Everywhere's an hour away in London.
Yeah. So
you can't walk anywhere. You just have to have the car.
So and you've got your new single coming out as well.
We have.
Yeah.
We have
June the-
indeed.
June the 9th?
June 10th,
Oh,
I
10th.
believe.
Nearly.
Is it
I was
10th?
almost there, wasn't I? Yeah.
Queen's birthday, isn't it?
Is it?
When?
Oh no, 11th is Queen.
No, it's not her
Queen's
birthday. She's been in power 70 years.
No, but it says Queen's birthday, look.
Oh, fair one.
Hasn't she got two birthdays?
And holiday with who?
She's got two birthdays.
Oh yeah, no, it's Jubilee the week before.
Yeah, that's it, yeah. So next Friday, so this will be coming out on Friday the 3rd on Patreon and going public on the Saturday. So then the Friday after that is when your single drops.
Perfect timing.
Yeah, exactly.
Lovely.
Have you done some new promo photos?
We done a couple, and we done a video with our boys, Dylan and Owen, Dylan Hayes and Owen. What is Owen's second? Morgan. Dylan Hayes and Owen Morgan, the dream team.
Can you give us any spoilers?
It's
dark.
It's, no, it's good. It's a laugh. It's a laugh. It's a bit like a 9 to 5 fight club
meets
American Beauty meets The Office.
Everything's a bit green, kind of like Matrixy green, like 80s, like Office vibes.
Nice.
Just two blokes hating work, basically.
Basically, yeah.
I think we can relate.
Yeah,
Apart
definitely.
from I'm not a bloke, but yeah.
Now we can all relate today because you played that, didn't you, in Southend?
We did, yeah. I think we played it quite early in the set. Yeah, I think that was the first time we played it, wasn't it?
Yeah, I remember you saying it was the first. You sort of were trying quite a lot of new material on that night.
Yeah.
It's nice to have a longer set because you can actually do that. Because there's only so much you can figure out about the actual music, like in front of your laptop or like in a practice room. When you actually play it live, instantly you know like what's to score with it, you know.
Do you ever ask the audience as well? Do you ever say, we've got 3 tracks that we like, which one do you like the best? And, you know, take a vote and we'll
people
release
quite
the next
naturally just kind of respond without like, obviously the first thing you get is just the crowd's reaction as you're doing it. And then even after the show, like I think it's like better not to ask because people will come up to you and just say it themselves anyway.
Yeah.
So I mean, I love that one. What's the name of that one you did, the third one or whatever, you know what I mean? So I think, it's just kind of have to let it happen naturally.
Do you find like that you get a bit more creative freedom when you're gigging rather than when you sit in front of the laptop and you're then trying to make it sound a certain way? Do you find that you get a bit of freedom when you're, especially with you when you're playing, do you find you've got that space to do that when you're playing live?
I think what we realised is what Rich told us as well. One of the Richard Archer, one of the producers we work with, he said that like, oh, you know, because obviously when you're making a song on the laptop, it's hard to kind of see what's the vibe with it. And he always kept telling us like, oh, just try it in a room, just do it in a room, just do it on a beat, just da.
Yeah.
And once we started doing that, it really like helped to like exactly what you were saying, like to feel it out and to see what's the score. I feel like just doing it in a practice room is probably more efficient than like you find out more doing that than at the gig, I think.
Yeah.
But yeah. Doing it live definitely makes like a big difference.
What was the track that surprised you on the night in Southend then? Because you said you had quite a lot of new material that you guys were playing. Was there any that you sort of thought that took better than we expected or need to develop that? Or
I think they all went down quite nice, to be honest. Like even we've got one called Sensitive Geezer Anthem.
Yeah.
Which is like it's very mellow, very chilled, like just a nice little
the
tune.
energy was changing.
It
when
was,
that one,
yeah.
I like that.
It went down really nice. Like you could tell people were sitting and listening to it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Which is not every tune needs to be a big belter. Everyone, come on, let's have a dance. Like it's quite nice to have enough time in your set to be able to bring it down.
Yeah.
And then bring it, as you say, like half hour. We're like, well, I'd like to play. You'd like to play a cover, or you'd like to play something a bit more chilled, and you're like, well, do we have time?
Yeah, you just need to like throw the tracks
So
out.
in and that, you've got to just do belter. So it's nice to have a bit more time to just ebb and flow it a bit.
Yeah.
Like if you go and see whoever, Paul Weller, he ain't going to just be playing Wild Wood type ones all the time. He's going to do some of these psychedelic heavy ones as well.
There's dynamics, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
He'll play Town Called Malice at some point and get everyone fist pumping. But yeah, it's good. It's obviously really nice to be able to actually play live again.
Yeah.
After so long out of the game with
Yeah.
COVID and all that rubbish.
So with that, when you said you guys obviously went from the first band into Good Health, Good Wealth, and you obviously accelerated that when lockdown happened and you two were writing pretty much exclusively together. When was your first gig out of that?
It was Seabright Arms.
November
November was it?
26th.
Oh, I think I've seen on your Insta.
That was our first gig, first headline London show. Did it through SJM. It was a really, really good night. We had Really Always supporting us.
Yeah.
Packed it out. Like, it was really, really good night. We wore suits.
You guys wore suits?
We had to do it. We had to bring back the look.
That's a vibe, yeah. I mean, why not? It's like celebrate, you know. We're back.
We're back, baby. That was really, really good. And from then on, like, obviously you don't really know how it's going to be. Like, even doing it in the practice room, we're like, yeah, I think it's good.
Yeah, yeah.
But
you can't
hearing
tell,
it back to yourself is weird. It's obviously different playing it outwards rather than inwards. So doing that and having everyone dancing and singing back, and that's just great. All the shows have been really good, to be honest.
Yeah.
Like,
Do you have lots of people singing back your lyrics to you now? Do you have like a little few in the crowd?
we always
you're
have
seeing them like lip syncing to you, and you're like, yes.
You always recognise your key players that know the words. Even some people, like some of our best mates, don't know them still. I see
They
it. Like,
still don't know them.
like, so you know when you move your mouth and pretend to know. It's like, how can you not know the words yet? You've been to every single gig. Funny.
Don't you think like friends that are close to what you guys do, and it's like, I'm not comparing myself to you, but when I'm doing stuff, there's only so much that my friends can really listen to of me chatting shit on here. Like, so,
They
do you know what I
get
mean?
so bored.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, especially when you're with me.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I'm
Do you know
really
what I
boring.
mean? It must be the same for you. Like, there's only
Yeah,
so
yeah,
many
yeah.
shows that your friends can listen to.
Oh,
There's
absolutely.
only so many music. I know from experience that when someone plays your music over and over again, you do try your best to give your honest opinion, but then at the same time, it's a second, third, fourth track you've heard that week. It is quite difficult to to stay in tune with it.
100%. That's why you got to get the fans.
Yeah.
The fans.
I feel like once we changed it, because I know within the previous thing, like none of our mates listened or cared. And when we switched it up to Good Health, like I know that like for a fact that like a few like people are actually listening to them like on their own, like they're actually enjoying the music.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Which is great.
There's not a lot out there like you guys though. Like you have created your own sort of genre in a way.
It is new, yeah.
It is very
fresh sound. I really like. Is it Hong Kong Head?
Hong Kong Head, yeah.
Yeah. Have either of you been to Hong Kong? You have. Did you actually write it about Hong Kong?
Yep.
You did. That is such a good track. Sorry, I've got to shout out that track because it's really good. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Did you write it whilst you were there, or did you sort of do it on reflection?
It's really funny because I remember Bruce booked tickets to go to Hong Kong to see his mate Ryan. And I was like, oh, mate, like sick. Because Bruce normally, like, we didn't really travel that much back in the day. So I was like, oh, amazing, man. This is going to be great. I was like, how long are you going for? And I remember he told me the dates. And, like, in my head, I was like, hold on a minute. Like, that's not that long, is it? And, like, I tried to start working it out in my head. And I looked at him and was like, mate, do you realize it takes, like, 2 days to get there? And he looks at me, he's like, oh, really? I was like, yeah. I was like, oh, no. So you was there only for like a couple of days, weren't you?
I was there for 3 nights.
I thought you were going to say like 24 hours. Like,
I mean, it felt like it. It was like, because I'd got the what's it called? The time difference wrong.
Yeah.
So I thought I had another day. I'd lost a whole day on the plane. And then I'd got quite drunk on the plane and then got off, met my mate, and we were like, oh, we'll take it easy tonight. Got battered.
See, if you're only there for 3 days, you gotta go. You know what I mean?
Exactly, yeah. So a lot of my Hong Kong experience is quite blurry. That's why that tune is very hazy and
it's very blurry, but it really works.
Yeah,
Yeah,
thank you.
Yeah, it's a good track.
it was very cathartic writing it. It was a big moment in my life. Like I feel like my life was pre-Hong Kong and après Hong Kong.
Never the same since.
Yeah,
You have to go back.
Yeah, I know. I do want to go back. It was amazing. What I can remember. One of them.
Car Y scenes.
Yeah.
Sick.
You've got another event that you've been trying to get a part of. Why Not Festival? Is that something that you guys are doing? Because I've seen quite a few bands I know that have been looking to get onto that. And fans had to vote for it, didn't they?
Yeah, it's like, because we got the same thing for the Truck Festival.
Right.
Where basically it's like a band app thing, and you apply, and then if you get shortlisted, then you can get voted for, whatever. And we got chosen for Truck Festival by This Feeling, so we're on their stage, and I think the Why Not thing is similar, but I don't know if it's judges or if it's just public vote. I think they've closed now, annoyingly. But
Was it not the 7th? Was it not the 7th?
27th, I think it closed.
27.
But I don't know, we might have got it.
Yeah.
You know
Very
what? I
nice.
had so many bands on that list that I knew. And
Really?
there was one band that messaged me on Instagram and said, "Can you vote for me?" And I was looking through this list going, there are so many bands on here that I would vote for. Every single one deserves my vote. And I was like, well, they were the ones that asked for it. So they were the ones that got my vote.
Yeah,
No, but it's fair play, man. Yeah.
No, in future, that's all I'm saying. Just definitely just hit up
just
all
have to,
your
like,
list.
message everyone,
Yeah, just
yeah.
get everyone to vote for you. That's my best tip, because literally I was like, I could vote for so many people in here, but I just voted for the one that asked me to. So
When's that?
Yeah.
When is that then? Because if they're only
End
doing
of
it.
June, that is.
Oh, really? So it's quite soon then.
Yeah, it is soon, yeah.
Oh no, sorry, I'm lying. It's end of July, 28th
Yeah.
to 31st of July.
Right.
do you
In
guys
Derby.
do you guys
Derby.
put yourself up for like all of the festivals that you play? Are you independent, or have you got a manager that's putting you forward for anything
We're
at
just
the moment?
fully just the two of us doing we just done a massive send out of emails, and it was actually quite nice and interesting how because you don't really expect anyone to reply at all when you're just sending it to like the info at whatever.
Hello at unsignedmusic.uk.
Yeah.
And actually so many people did reply, and we did get like a few of them just by doing it ourselves.
Yeah.
Goes to show like you can still do it that way.
Yeah, I think you have to.
Yeah.
Like, you've got to do everything yourself. The gone are the days when a label's going to go, "Oh, I like that one tune. Maybe we'll give them £1 million record deal and develop them." Like they're like, "No, how many TikTok followers you got?
Yeah.
How you looking on Instagram? You know, we really like it, but we'll leave it."
Music
for
is like the
2
fifth,
years. Yeah,
like a lonely fifth in
It's more the
line.
brand
Like you
than
know what I
it's
mean?
the
else, right?
brand. Yeah, it's the brand and the. Well, to be honest, they want to not have to do too much work. Probably, you know.
Yeah.
If it's an easy, obvious sell, then they'll do it. But
Are you on TikTok?
God, are we? Well, that is a question. Do you want to see?
Yeah, go for it.
I did a really good one yesterday about Backstreet Boys. Can I show it to the camera?
Yeah, we can try and we'll drop a link into the description as
Oh,
well.
more editing for you.
Yeah, I know. Cheers,
Yeah,
bro.
you
Oh,
love that.
sorry.
No, you would
Nice,
love
simple,
that.
light touch editing. No, that's what I like.
It's absolutely great.
43 likes on
43
that.
likes on that. I got one that went viral though.
That's
Actually,
really good.
Did one from the show in Southend
Nice.
that got. I think it got about 200 likes, guys. To be honest.
200. Wow.
Where is it?
That's
Here
more
it-
than any of mine.
Oh, that isn't the one.
What's
What
the
about
most
yours?
we've ever gotten?
195 likes on that.
Nice.
Come on. And I got called Loris Karius, the old Liverpool keeper, which is he's a good looking bloke.
Say again.
300 odd, I think, is our top. We're going
Really?
viral, basically, guys. Is what I'm
We're
saying.
doing it.
You're getting there.
Yeah.
There is a lot of work that goes into those videos, isn't there? I mean, even
I don't do any of them.
No, but I mean, generally, like doing TikTok. I mean, it's such a big part of what you guys do now, and all the bands that I'm dealing with, probably similar
Yeah.
to you. Like even on here, like I try and do, I'll do the main edit, and then I'll try and pick 3 or 4 videos to then make into like a TikTok or Instagram Reels or whatever. Do you find that TikTok's better than Instagram or the other way around? I find that Reels is quite.
I think that TikTok seems to be the one that you could just go.
Right.
You know what I mean? Instagram's better.
Instagram's better, but the thing is, once you post on it, it goes onto your like thing, and then it kind of ruins the look of it in a way.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
TikTok,
and,
you just chuck it at the
and
wall.
TikTok, you're just chucking them out and
Yeah.
just like
Yeah, no one cares about the
Instagram is
aesthetic
more
of
like
the
your
TikTok
website
wall. It
in a
doesn't matter.
way,
It can
yeah.
look like an absolute, car crash,
yeah.
and it really doesn't matter at all.
No.
Whereas Instagram has to look all.
It's more like your
Perfect.
website, Instagram almost. You know what I mean? You want the right things to be sitting in the right places. Yeah.
Yeah. Right. What we'll do is we'll wrap up this section, and then we will move it. We'll have a quick break, and we'll move into the third section where we're going to talk about your dream gig.
Oh.
All right. So join us, Panto crowd.
Yeah.
Join us in the third section.
Unsigned with Matt Wherry.
Unsigned with Matt Wherry.
Hi guys, welcome to the podcast. If you're an unsigned band or artist and you would like to get your music on the radio, go to our website, unsignedmusic.uk. There's a little icon on there saying submit your music. Go on there, submit your music, and you could be on one of our partner channels, as you can see here. You could be on there as early as next Sunday. So go and do that, and we will listen to your music, and hopefully you'll be on the radio.
Unsigned with Matt Wherry.
Unsigned with Matt Wherry.
Right, welcome back. You right there?
You've got to wave, you know.
Go on, then you wave.
Hi.
Welcome back to section 3 of the Unsigned podcast. We are with Good Health, Good Wealth and Lizzie Romain. Right, we are going to do your dream gig. So what we need from you in this, right? We need a headliner, a middle and a support. Now you guys are featuring, so you basically need to choose if you're headlining, supporting, if you're middling, and who your support or headliners
so
would be.
we can be the main support for someone huge.
Yeah.
Or we'll just be the
For
headline.
Kanye.
We'll be the headline for someone huge, bro.
I feel like your tactical brain has just gone on. You're now like,
We are a good support band because
We are a good
it's only the
support
two
band.
of us, and you can fit everything we need in my Mini.
I noticed. Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, so I think maybe we slap ourselves in at support. Also, then we only have to
'Cause
do
then you
about
can-
half hour. You know,
And then you can
just
enjoy the night.
Yeah.
You get a drink after, watch the headliner.
Yeah. What is it?
So there's
Main
three
support.
acts. There's 3 acts, including yourself. So you got
Opener, main support, headliner.
yeah, basically,
Okay.
yeah.
Well, opener. Do we get one each then?
No, we just get one. Oh, God.
It's so hard. Really, to be honest, for me,
It's impossible,
for me,
really.
main man right now would be Kanye.
Yeah.
It would be. It still would be.
So we open for Kanye.
We open for Kanye.
Even with his his big
I want him to have the nutty mask, the biggest boots you've ever seen a man wear.
Leather pads.
Oh my god, those like crazy clobber. And I want it to be all done up like how he did the
Yeah.
what was the new one he did when it was
The
like
Mercedes one.
oh my
The
god.
arena one.
Yeah.
The good one, what was the... You know the show that he had to like cancel? Oh, this wasn't like... That one was good. The stage was good in that one.
Oh, we had to cancel one because it went
square.
wrong. Yeah, I know what you meant.
Yeah.
you'd have a good light show. So
Yeah,
you'd have all of
defo.
his setup. You'd have all of the stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, great.
Definitely
Think of
have
all
like
the
a
pics.
mad setup. Yeah.
I've seen him a couple of times and I think he's the best.
Yeah.
I think he's just the best at
And
music.
Who's the
Think-
first? Who's the first to support though? Who's the opener?
Under One Sun?
Nice. Nice. Under one sun, done the Southend gig. And they're big fans of Good Health, Good Wealth as well. I think the festival that shall not be named, they were like big fans of yours then. That's when they first met you, innit?
Yeah, they're top boys.
Yeah, they are lovely.
We love them. We might have to not have them though if we've got.
Yeah, no, you
just
can have
one.
anyone. Like Sam,
I'm sorry, lads, but
Sam, you've headlined for us,
Yeah.
mate. You can, take a back seat on this one.
Think of the after party.
Hang on, that's further down, Liz. Don't drop the gun. Jesus Christ.
would it be Tom Waits just on the piano?
Oh,
Opening.
just like an intimate one.
Intimate Tom Waits to open,
Just like darkness, nothing. Just one spotlight,
very smoky,
piano.
diner.
Not even
type
like the
setting.
grand piano, just a small one.
Small
Beat
piano.
up.
Him in like a raggedy suit,
Yeah.
like an old fedora.
And then we
Fact.
go on to lock, stock,
Yeah, we come on, get everyone dancing, and then Kanye comes. It's like, brilliant! What a weird night. Who is coming
If
to
you
that?
saw that though on ctickets.com, you'd be like, whoa,
Wow.
I'm going to this.
Yeah.
You'd be a no-brainer. You would instantly buy tickets.
Yeah, that is no brainer. All right, Tom Waits, us, Kanye. Final answer.
Final answer. Right, so where would it be then? So you can choose your best festival or venue.
I feel like it has to be an indoors arena type thing.
Yeah.
You don't want it to be outside, I don't think. It needs to
So
be
far,
more-
we've had like answers. We've had Brixton Academy, we've had Glastonbury, and we've had Download Festival.
I feel like something with high ceilings.
Can it stand for him?
Because we need... Afghanistan Forum's good.
It's good because it's not too big as well. You feel like you could offer the intimate performance.
Because otherwise no one's going to see Tom at the start.
I was going to say, Tom, think when we saw Back to the Jury and he come on to do DOA and it was just him. He come on and he was
I
dressed
see.
in like, he had like the sound of a helicopter and he was dressed like an army man and did one song. There was just him with a spotlight on him.
Right.
And it was mad.
Great. yeah.
Great.
Okay, Kennestown Forum. I think,
Kentish
then.
Town Forum. Also great, North London, you know.
Local for you, so you haven't got to travel
Local,
too
yeah.
far. You haven't got to get sea to sea down to Essex.
Get the Mini down there, easy.
Well, the next one is you travel to the gig, right? So not the Mini, Come on, you gotta go. You gotta go something bigger.
We
than
said that basically when we make a bit of dough, because we can fit everything in a car with two doors in it.
What kit have you guys got? Like, because it didn't seem like it was too much.
We've got a guitar, pedal board, guitar amplifier.
Mm-hmm.
We've got laptop, decks, and then we've got the mic and the vocal box. That's
right.
it.
Okay.
I think you should have a tour van, to be honest. Think that would take up little tiny bit of space, and the rest of it is just party land.
Yeah,
you know?
We said we're gonna buy like a Porsche, a convertible Porsche 911. Put the stuff on the back seat and get the number plate to just be GHGW.
Yeah.
And we roll up in that.
And also, then no one else can come with us.
That's the thing.
There's no room.
There's just two of us. You know what I mean?
It's a very exclusive relationship, isn't it?
Very VIP. I'm sorry, guys, but it's very VIP.
Where did the name Good Health, Good Wealth come from, by the way?
It's from my family. It's when we cheers a drink.
Oh, really?
It's like good health, good wealth.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah. It's actually quite sweet.
It is sweet. I'll tell you what, right? I know I'm not just saying this, but your family were very sweet. I obviously met your mum, met your dad.
They're the best.
Was it your aunt as well that was with your mum?
We had a few aunties, few
Who
uncles
was dancing?
there.
Who was dancing up the front with your mum?
That was Tony from over the road.
Oh, really? Yeah. Looked similar. Like looked like
Yeah.
blonde, didn't she? So.
Tony's top, yeah. She's
Yeah.
great. Gave her a little shout out on the night.
Yeah. No, they were great.
Yeah.
Great cheerleaders.
Yeah, you need them.
You do. You do. Cover track. You mentioned cover tracks earlier about having a bit of time.
We figured out because everyone kept telling us like, oh, you guys should do like a cover. You should throw in one cover for like in your set for gigs and stuff. And we were thinking what to do. And it's tricky with covers, but we actually worked out a good one the other week, which is Frank Ocean's Lost.
Oh, right.
But we do it in kind of like a Daft Punky Fall to the Floor kind of way.
Yeah, I was going to say you have to like mould it into something different.
Yeah. So we could do that. We could do anything really. What is there any other covers we did that was good? Did we do 21 Questions?
21 Questions was good, yeah.
I thought you meant 21 seconds then.
Yeah. No, we could do both. But 21 Questions was good because the guitar line's actually sick.
Yeah.
And to
so
play
hard
it,
to play.
It's really it's no guitarist would play that obviously because it's just like the chopped sample in it. But actually it does work well. We should probably try and do that again. Actually, that's a good one. Lost 21 Questions. I think Prince Kiss is a good one.
No, I tried it though.
I can see you guys doing that.
Not. Maybe, yeah.
That's the only way I can sing, remember?
Yeah.
It's a crowd pleaser, you know.
Exactly. I think with a cover it's tough because you need to be either you totally transform the song. And we used to do what do we do back in the day? Blue Dabba Dee.
A mashup of All Along the Watchtower because it's actually the same tune almost. With Blue Dabba Dee Dabba Die.
Yeah.
So we start with like do 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 do, and then for the first chorus we'd go into like I'm blue. It was good, man. It was good.
Sounds good.
It was good. It was good. Or you do like an absolute classic, like so. It's the difference, isn't it? But I think we'll try out the Frank Ocean one maybe at the next gig.
Yeah.
See how it goes. It felt good in the room, so we're going to try it live now.
Nice. Look forward to that one. What about duets? So, you know, like when example I used last week is I went to V Festival years ago and Eminem brought out Rihanna, right?
Yep.
So who would be the person or the band that you guys would bring out onto stage with you? Like, was it who was it with? Oh Christ, Alex from Glastonbury. Did you see that a couple of years ago?
Yeah.
Who was that?
Dave.
With Dave. That's it. Yeah, brilliant. Bring Alex on. Why not? But
Yeah,
who
yeah.
would be your duet?
Maybe Action Bronson.
Do Lost with Frank Ocean.
Oh, bring Frank Ocean on. Yeah.
What about a female vocalist? Who would you bring on female-wise?
Maybe Alicia Keys. I love Alicia Keys. Dude, you don't know my name.
Someone like what's the you know who
A clue, please, Simon.
what's the face?
Joss Stone.
Lizzo.
Barbara Streisand.
No. She does that really fit. She does
Oh, that one. Yeah.
Dua Lipa.
No. It's like one word.
Rosalia.
It's like a name.
Cher.
No.
Cher would be good.
Do you
Madonna.
believe in love?
No.
That's a good cover as
There you
well.
go.
What's
Do
it?
that one.
It's like
Like recent.
I don't remember. Yeah. Recent, relevant.
Sigrid.
No, it's fine. I'm not going to remember now.
Bieber Doobie.
I'll say Lizzo, but I don't think that's right.
Yeah, Liz. Oh, she's got a great track out at the moment. Can't remember it. What's it called?
Lizzo.
So basically, in Simon's words, someone fit.
Someone fit.
Also, look at me. Someone like Jameson would be fun.
Jameson would be good.
Yeah.
Jay-Z. I'm just gonna bring out all the goats.
50.
Or someone weird like Exhibit. It's just good enough to work an Exhibit. Yeah, Fat Joe.
Fat Joe.
Fat Joe and do What's Love would be great.
Oof. Yeah.
That'd be huge. Or you know who would be good?
Pharrell would be great.
Pharrell. Literally, I was just going to say that.
He could slot quite well into the duet with you guys.
Pharrell would be sick, actually.
Dude.
Massive hat.
Yeah, huge hat on him.
Yeah. There's so many you could bring out.
Oh my gosh.
We need to lock it. How
Just
many?
one.
Yeah, lock it one. Lock it down. One.
Pharrell,
yeah.
Pharrell, bring him on. He's cool.
Pharrell.
Pharrell.
Oh no, wait, Snoop.
Snoop, is that a bit silly though? You know what I mean?
No, Pharrell's fine, but Snoop's going too far.
Snoop.
Snoop is going too far. I think Snoop's going too. We're locking in Pharrell.
Locking in Pharrell. All right, on your rider, yeah. So your choice when you get down to a gig, you're allowed one thing each. What is your choice on your rider? So I mean, the classic so far has been green M&Ms or blue M&Ms, whatever. Downtown City Guns.
It's a bottle of Jameson for Bruce.
Bottle of Jameson.
Were you on the Jamesons in Southend?
Yeah.
Is that where that was?
Well, they only had JD.
Ah.
It's all right. There was a lovely bar lady, and she was like, "You must have hollow legs."
Oh, she said that to me.
Yeah.
Hollow legs.
Yeah, she goes, he's got hollow legs. Keeps coming up here.
Yeah.
I think just a bottle of Jameson and a bottle of tequila with Simple Men.
Yeah.
What makes
What
the
tequila? Oh, God.
Yep, that'll be it. Yeah.
What's the mixer? Coke, I guess.
No, it's
None.
soda water.
Soda water.
Tequila soda is the best drink.
Watch the calories.
Yeah.
It just doesn't give you a hangover, and you're happy
Really?
the whole night.
Have you got a specific tequila you like? Because to me, I don't really drink tequila.
Jose Cuervo, silver one.
I'm just
That's a
going to nod.
good one.
I'm just going to nod, yeah.
Yeah.
Gonna
Any
nod.
good tequila, really.
I had one when I just went to Mexico for my birthday.
Oh, that was a couple of weeks ago,
And
isn't
they
it?
were- Yeah. And we went on this one trip. It was like a snorkeling trip. And part of it was like, you get free drinks all day and free food. And the free food was literally, it was a bloke that was the diving bloke. He just got in the water and had like a plate of nachos and ceviche on it. And we just had to go and like take one bit each.
No.
And the free drinks was a bottle of tequila that he would just free pour into your mouth.
Sounds like your sort of gig, that.
God, it was such a good day. It was delicious though. I don't know what it was. It was
Blasted.
It was more of a darker tequila.
Right.
I can't think what
Like a
one
gold,
it was.
yeah.
A gold one.
Nachos. There was no hope for you.
Yeah.
Like everyone drowned at the end.
What would be your like made it moment then, or have you had one yet? Like we're talking about one of the examples one of the guys used the other week was being at a gig and everyone's shining their torches back at them from their phones and it being all smoky in there, and it looked like when you see photos like that, it always look quality. What would be or what has been your made it moment so far?
That first Radio 1 play was pretty mad.
The radio one was good, yeah. I got approached once in a kebab shop
That was a good one, yeah.
and once at a festival. Twice it happened now. Brilliant. I don't really know, to be honest.
I think for me, definitely that first Radio 1 play, like specifically that one, seemed like mental.
Yeah.
What
And
track
we
was
were
that?
like- it was Love Hangover.
Oh, right.
And yeah, first single, got it on BBC Introduced and we're like, oh, cool, that's good. And then we got Radio 1 playing it. Oh, wow, man. Jack Saunders played it.
Yeah.
And it was really nice how he talked about it. He said a lot of really nice things. And obviously, like we were saying, like you obviously had listened to it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? He hadn't just slapped
Yeah,
it on.
yeah,
He was
yeah.
like, he said to the point, it was very elastic. Or, I can't remember what he said exactly, but it was really nice. Remember, I was just about to go to bed, had my dressing gown on, and then my mum was like, Bruce is playing. We got up, did a little photo shoot in the front room, me, my missus, mum, dad. I've got my Guinness dressing gown on.
Nice.
That was good.
Yeah.
Made it moment
Good
when your
moment.
face is on a playlist, on like the
Yep.
BBC Radio 1 playlist.
Yep.
I had an artist that had that this week. They were so psyched about it. They were like, look, my face.
It is great, yeah.
That is good,
We had that
yeah.
Tidal one, didn't we? Indie Britain or something. That was quite cool.
Tidal. Is that Jay-Z's
Oh,
thing?
Jay-Z, yeah. You're not allowed to play over.
So if your gig that you're doing, your dream gig, is at the is it Forum in Kentish Town, you said?
Yeah.
Stand for him.
Yeah. Where is your after party?
My house.
Darwin's.
Yeah, Darwin. Yeah.
Kanye's house.
Oh, Kanye's house. Yeah, should we fly everyone out? I wonder if Kanye's got a place in London.
No, but it needs to be kind of dynamic local vibes, you know what I mean? You don't want it to be too big. You want it to be very exclusive and just that you know what I mean, quite small and just rowdy.
So you're saying Kanye's house isn't going to be exclusive?
Yeah.
No, I'll say like one of our pals probably. Go back to Diamonds, man. It's just such a classic. We ended up there every time.
Yeah, so true.
So it's like, just do it there.
Yeah.
Emily be fuming.
Yeah. Yeah.
Freddie be pissed.
Yeah. Not allowed in the bedroom.
Aiden coming back from work at 3 a.m. Oh, you guys are still here.
And Kanye's here.
Kanye's here.
And you're going to feel like Hong Kong head by the end of the night.
Absolutely.
A bit hazy, you know.
Absolutely.
Oh, those ones get hazy.
Right, so that's your dream gig then. So you've got all of your headliner, your middle, your support. We've said where it is. Yeah, I think you've done. That's pretty good. There's quite an eclectic.
I think that's a gig.
That's a hell of a gig.
I want to come.
Yeah, exactly.
That's a gig.
So you earlier on you were talking about advice, like about labels and not necessarily needing the labels to progress. Like, what's the best advice you've had, or worst advice maybe, from trying to get on labels? You mentioned that it's more about like a brand now as opposed to the
The
music.
thing is, I think it's like label is kind of irrelevant now.
Right.
Because labels only sign people that are hot, right? People that already have a following.
Mm-hmm.
If you already have a following, you're going to be fine.
Yeah.
People are still going to listen to you. You can sell. People are going to come see you. People are going to buy your music. They're going, and like if you don't have a following, label is not going to bring it in anyway.
Right.
So it doesn't make any difference really.
You just have to put the word.
Yeah, you have to do it on your yourself,
Yeah.
and like if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't. Label's not going to do shit really.
Mm.
They might help you with like a bit of PR, a bit of this, but it's kind of irrelevant. I feel like these days, like
It's basically money. It all comes down to money,
Yeah.
really, with labels. Like, if they're going to give you a bit of dough,
Yeah.
it'll be helpful. But then, you got to pay it back in years to come. How many people do we know that are like, I ain't made no money?
even
so I've got to
Richie's
pay it
like,
back.
oh, that's not gonna, you know what I mean? Yeah.
Is that what the
actually
deal
what
is?
happens?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
No.
Yeah, it's all advance, isn't it? So,
Right.
like, it's
Wow.
all. If you get £1 million advance, you don't just get it. But that's why so many
It's
idiots
like a loan.
go and buy a
Right,
blooming
okay.
sports car, and they're like, oh, I blew all my advance in 2 weeks. Or whatever. Like,
They have to give the car back.
yeah, well, yeah, probably.
Wow.
So what the assumption from that is then is that they get like a down payment, and then over time, hopefully they're successful and then able to pay that back.
Pay it
With the
back through
record
the
sales and
yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
Or
It's
whatever
basically
streams
they
these
give you a
days.
bunch like a loan out, and in exchange you give them like all your rights to all your stuff,
Right.
Which is
Yeah.
a bad deal, really,
Yeah, I guess
You know
I
what
guess
I
there's
mean?
better
because you still have
ones
to
out
give that
there.
money. I think someone made this thing like of like it was like a thing. I saw it somewhere in the media where someone's put like a bunch of like random record deals into this like thing, this calculator or whatever, and it kind of averaged everything out. And basically, like an average record deal is by the time the artist makes £1, the label's already like on average made $1 million.
Oh wow.
No.
So it's like it's really I think the payoff of that is like it's not worth it really. If you can do it yourself, like, and doing it yourself forces you to kind of be a bit more creative, and like you don't have as much money, so you have to like switch your head on a little bit more, and
Yeah.
it it's all about the journey, and it kind of allows you to have a more interesting, better journey in a way. Like no one wants it easy. Who wants it easy? Everyone wants it easy, but you don't. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
A
I
few
know.
little like snakes and ladders shortcuts might be quite nice, but
Yeah.
I guess you can make the ladder.
How you want.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Make it out of snakes.
Yeah.
I think there's plenty of them around.
However, saying that, if there's anyone out there that wants to give us £1 million, literally, don't
Tell the camera.
I'm sitting here like, give us a deal, will ya?
Get some sponsors.
Yeah.
What do you Guinness dressing gown?
I know, yeah.
There you
Have we
go.
got the song called Guinness? Come on, Guinness.
Come on, Guinness.
They did retweet one of my tweets once.
Oh, really?
And I thought, this is it. We're
This
going to
is
be
the
in the
moment.
advert. That advert with the horses on the beach or something with Guinness playing.
Their adverts are always incredible, aren't they?
They're wicked, but
Always incredible.
Guinness is a wicked tune. Should
Guinness is the
definitely
best one, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Atmospheric. That's what you
It's
want.
going to happen one day. They're going to come running. They're going to come running.
Yeah. We're manifesting it.
Yeah, you got to.
Manifestation.
Do you believe?
Big manifestation person over there. Fine, yeah, I get you.
Tell us more about what you're manifesting then for the rest of this year.
Hell of a question, by the way. Hell of a question.
I
like
mean,
that.
Sometimes I pull them
Oh,
off.
mate, where got that one from?
Yeah, you should put that one on the iPad for later. Remember.
That one will go on TikTok.
Yeah. Oh, what are we manifesting? I think we're just manifesting having healthy, happy relationships with our family and friends, and making the music that we want to make, putting it out, and it's all up to us.
Mm-hmm.
So we're manifesting it going huge,
Blowing
up millions of pounds.
Just happiness, man. Do you know what I mean? Just
That's
good
the
times.
main point of everything. It's like, look, we do music because we're blooming show-offs. You know what I mean?
Showman is the right
Showman, yeah.
Showman.
You know what I mean? And lazy in a way, because we don't want to go and get a proper job. That's really, isn't it?
It just seems like a waste of time.
Yeah.
We're all just big kids here, really, aren't we? We just want to carry on
stupid
playing,
kids,
you
yeah.
know.
Exactly. So who are we to be like, oh, what do you want? What do you want? Like, we're doing it. We're doing what we want to do already. Putting music out. That's the whole point of it, isn't it? Like, if you listen to it and you go, I really like that tune, great, it's done what it needs to do. If it does more, brilliant, and we'll see.
Such a healthy outlook.
That's
I know-
lovely.
yeah,
Really nice,
really
refreshing.
is. Yeah, it is. Yeah. I
We'll
think
see. I mean, in the gutter in a few months. Why did it not go huge?
No, I think it's really refreshing. Really good.
it is a healthy outlook.
Like, but technique of positive in my was the Christopher Moltisanti thing.
The Sopranos.
I use the technique of positive as well. So funny.
With the events you've got coming up, though, you've got a lot. There'll be a load of people at those events. I mean, we've experienced events that haven't been quite as successful.
Yeah, we have. Yeah.
We weren't both there together, though.
No, unfortunately.
No, I tried. I couldn't get down there.
Thank you for trying.
I tried. But coming up, you've got a lot of events, and you've got more music coming out. So it looks like good, massive, great things ahead for Good Health, Good Wealth.
Hopefully, yeah. I think that's all you can do. You can put good art out, and you can go and play it to people. That's
Just keep
That's
doing
all
it.
it is.
Just keep putting it. Just keep showing up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And see what happens. Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't overthink it. Yeah.
yeah.
Enjoy the journey.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'd quite like to enjoy the journey with you next time. So by all means, add me to the guest list.
Absolutely.
And we'll both be here. Your favourite radio presenters.
I don't know. They're one of the best
audience.
mates on the station. They said that earlier.
Yeah,
But yeah, you're just trying to get us free tickets and stuff. now.
basically, yeah. You know.
No, you come. You're always welcome. Any show.
Appreciate
Get
that.
down.
Thank you. Is there anything else you guys want to plug or talk about, or let's talk about let's drop your single again? Not drop your single. That's coming out on the 10th. Let's plug your single again.
10th of June. Tune is called "Give Us a Break." And after all this healthy outlook, this tune is about two blokes that really just want life to give them a break. But it's good. It's funky. It's very, very Cockney.
I think everyone can kind of like connect to it, especially after the last few years we've had.
Yeah.
I think everyone's going to relate, and it's like that's what it's kind of all about. You take the kind of the shittier things in life and you turn it around and you make it into a tune or something that people are gonna dig and connect with, and it's hopefully gonna do good. So that's kind of what it's all about with us, I think. Yeah.
And you can pre-save it now, and your Instagram is
Goodhealth.goodwealth.
Yeah. TikTok.
GHGW Music.
Anything else?
We've got Twitter. GHGW Music. Spotify, Good Health, Good Wealth. Deezer, Good Health, Good Wealth. YouTube. You definitely want to check out our YouTube, because I'm not, blowing smoke up our, but we got good videos.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We got good videos. Dylan and Iwan and
Hold tight.
all the boys, they're all very, very good. Very good. So
Good stuff. What about you, Lizzie? What is your Insta again? Plug to people.
what's my Instagram? No.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm just Lizzie Romain on Instagram. So LIZZIEROMAIN. No E. I'm not a lettuce. Quote.
What do you mean?
Oh, there's this thing called, I don't cook, but apparently there's this thing called a romaine lettuce.
Oh.
So whenever I say romaine, they're like, oh, like the lettuce.
Oh,
I'm
I thought you
like,
meant
no, there's no E.
and Lizzie.
Liz.
Right. So we have got our podcast. Obviously, you're watching. Like and subscribe on YouTube. Is that one rolling again? Oh, cool. Just checking. We're professional here.
I hardly realised that was on. I haven't talked to it at all.
But that's the thing. What we like about this
We
is
talked about
we're all
it.
talking to each other. No, it's fine.
Yeah, it's a good thing.
This idiot.
Right, so go and like and subscribe on YouTube. We're on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Audible, which is new for us as well. So go and like and subscribe on all of those platforms. If you're a brand new artist to the show, get your music to us at unsignedmusic.uk. We may have a big announcement coming soon, but go on Patreon and you'll be able to get that news first. Go and give us a search on there. And all I want to say now is thank you very much, guys, for coming in. It's been an absolute pleasure to have you here. And you performing at our event at Southend was absolutely magic. And I can't wait to see you guys again.
Thank you very much. Thanks for having us.
Very grateful to be here.
Thank you very much as well.
Thank you.
We will see you all next time and take care of yourselves.
Peace.